Hi, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's podcast for Scot Week. I am Kelsey Deanne. I'm the director of Scot Week, and we have the lovely Karen Somerville on today. So, Karen, tell us about Angel's Share and what you do.
Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for having me on today on Scot Week, and it's fantastic to connect from Scotland to the States, which is really nice. But Angel Share Glass is a glass manufacturing company. We're based in Stirling in Scotland, right underneath the Wallace Monument, which is the iconic monument in the middle of central Scotland. And we are a small glass manufacturers. We sell our products all around the world though, and we are the makers of the Angel Share, which I have a little one here. So the Angel Share, for those that don't know, is the 2% of alcohol that evaporates during maturation of Scotch whisky, or any whisky, bourbon as well. And so that 2%, before they knew that the science behind it, they used to say in the distilleries that this was the angels came and took their share of whisky. So this was known as the Angel Share. So as glass manufacturers, we decided to create a little icon to represent that legend. And this is our little angels, which are 20. They hold 25 mils. This is a little Scottish one. 25 mils of Scotch whisky, and they're completely sealed. And they're hand blown, all handmade, so each one's unique. They all have a little different symbols on the front, or different coloured wings or halos. And it comes in a beautiful oak stave from the barrel, from the whisky barrel, and this is filled with tartan. So it's a beautiful gift, but the main point behind it is that it's completely sealed, and so you've got a flammable liquid inside, and we use hot flames to seal it. And so it's quite a secret process that we use. And this is the Angel Share. So people say, why can't we drink it? And we do a drinkable angel, but this one is the actual Angel Share. So no one gets the Angel Share. It's held in there forever. So that's yeah. So this is our signature product, but we do many other products, which I can show you throughout. But yeah, we started off just as a few glass blowers, and now we have about 5 glass blowers in the UK and Scotland prominently. Making each individual thing by hand for all our customers. And we sell to distilleries in Scotland and in the US, and we sell on our website as well, direct to the customer. So you can buy anything that we make direct from us, or you can buy it even in the States from some of our stockists. Scottish Creations is one of our big stockists in the States, and we also sell on Amazon in the States, so you can get our products readily. So
that's fantastic. Once you're on Amazon, you're you're doing pretty well. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a bit of a beast, but yeah, we're hoping to tame that beast. And yeah, our products are so different and so unique. I suppose that it's something different. It's not your average thing you would go to buy on Amazon, but the fact that we can get it to people on Prime is really handy. So
that's amazing. So where do you get your whiskey from? Do you have partnerships with different distilleries?
Yeah, so we deal with different distilleries with regards to the ones that we do for distilleries. They'll put their own whiskey inside, and they sometimes do different limited editions or different ranges, so you can have different whiskies and different angels. We also do our own old and rare limited editions. So we do some angels that have really old whiskey inside them and really collectible. So we've just launched one which has a Little Mill whiskey in it, which is a kind of closed down distillery, no longer in production. So the whiskey from that is quite special. So yeah, we do a lot of things like that, and we pair up with a lot of major brands who will do limited runs or just sell them in their gift shop for their visitors as well. So it's quite nice.
Oh, that's very cool. And I noticed in the bottom of the wood cask holder you have for it, there was a piece of tartan in there. Is that right? Oh, very cool. So how do you pick the tartan to put down there?
Yeah, so we normally match the tartan just with the colour of them. So we do different coloured wings and halos, and we do gold or platinum. And we try and do that, but we do specific clans. So we also have clan badges. So we do, for example, Fraser clan, Mackenzie clan, and we'll match the tartan with that clan angel. So yeah, so it's quite special. And for people that love their Scottish heritage and the fact that they're Scottish and possibly belong to a clan, it's the best little gift ever. It just brings such a smile to people's faces. So yeah, we're glad to be able to do that for people as well in terms of a gift.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, because especially in the States, you know, we're very, even though my Scottish ancestry, my ancestors came over in 1732. So it's, you know, it's one of those American jokes that we always claim to have Scottish ancestry, even though it's 300 years ago. But yeah, it's fun to look that up. So I'm McDougall. So if I can I go to your website? I know, I'm very proud of being a McDougall. But if I go to your website, can I, for example, customize my order and say I want the McDougall tartan with a McDougall inspired?
Absolutely. Yep. So if you chose a clan, McDougall clan, if the clan wasn't there, you could just list it and we will get it for you, because there's over 350 clans. So we can get pretty much everyone. We do get people who have their Scottish roots, don't have a tartan, but they're maybe affiliated to another tartan. So we can match them up with that as well. So
that's so fun.
We try our best. We do a lovely our other products we do are to do with whiskies as well, so drinking whiskey. So in Scotland, people who appreciate their whiskey like to add a little drop of water, and we do some beautiful water droppers. I've got one here with the thistle on the top, and this allows you to just allows you to put a little drop of water. I'll just kind of show you with this jug here. So our pipettes and our droppers are quite unique. So this just allows you just to drop a tiny bit of water in your whiskey at a time. And we do these in lovely tartan pouches as well. So they come in this one's Harris Tweed, but we do tartan as well. So we do Harris Tweed and tartan, and they come in and they're perfect for the whiskey connoisseur who loves to go to whiskey festivals or go and show off with their friends all their gadgets. It's a little whiskey gadget, we call it. So it's nice for people that appreciate the Scotch whiskey. So it's really nice to do some products around that.
Yeah, absolutely. For episode 2, we had on Daniel B. In Los Angeles, and he was talking about the Zen of Whiskey by Dr. Fraser, and he recommended putting sparkling water or soda in with your whiskey, just as a little nod to open up the flavors. So it's interesting. I guess you can put some sparkling soda into the dropper as well.
Yeah, you could even put more whiskey into your whiskey with the dropper.
That sounds great.
That sounds good. Yeah. So yeah, you can do anything you like when you're drinking whiskey, and anything goes is the way I see it. Yeah, you can drink your whiskey exactly how you like to drink your whiskey. But yeah, for a connoisseur, for an aficionado, they certainly like to open up the flavors just with a tiny bit of water, especially if it's a cask strength whiskey. So one that's come straight from the cask, which is really strong. It's nice just to dilute it a little bit.
Oh, that's great. So do you blow glass as well, or how did you get involved with this?
Yeah, so we come from a family of glass blowers. My dad is a master glass blower, so he has an MBE from the Queen for his services to glass blowing. Yeah, so we have we have a lovely legacy to leave to everyone. So I can glass blow. I don't really have time. The business keeps me really busy. I dibble in and I do a lot of design work. So with the glass blowers we have, I'll kind of design stuff and then they'll see if they can make it, and then we take it from there. So I still like to get my kind of artistic creative side in. But yeah, actually sitting down to glass blow, I don't get a lot of time to do. But my dad is 81 and still glass blows. It's his, he's done it all his life and he'll never stop. So it's lovely to have that. And having being a family business and working with my dad every day, not at the moment, but most every day, I see my dad and speak to him, and it's lovely just to have that connection as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So what was it like growing up in Scotland? Did you grow up in Stirling itself or Glasgow?
No, Stirling all my life. Yeah, born in the shadow of the Wolves Monument, I always say, in a town called Bridge of Allan, which is lovely. It's on a river. It's very nice, got lovely cafes and restaurants, and at this time of year when the spring flowers are all out, it's really pretty. So yeah, it's lovely. We're about 30 minutes from Edinburgh and about 30 minutes from Glasgow. And then we're also about 30 minutes from the Highlands. So within a 30-minute drive, we can be up a mountain somewhere. So it's fantastic. We're really central in Scotland, so it's nice to be part of that. And it's good for business as well, being able to be that central and not remote.
Mm-hmm. So if you could go anywhere in Scotland or recommend that one place for someone to go, where would it be?
Oh, you have to go to a distillery. So yeah, you would have to visit where the most distilleries are, which is Speyside. So Speyside is a lovely part of Scotland. It's got fantastic scenery. It's got fantastic river, the Spey, which runs through, and that's where most of the distilleries are kind of concentrated in Scotland. And if you can get there, you will, and you love whiskey, then you will, it's like Disneyland of whiskey. You can go from distillery to distillery, and yeah, take it all in, soak it all up, as they say. So it's a beautiful part of the country. And Scotland has so many beautiful parts, but certainly Speyside for the whiskey is where to go.
Brilliant. Awesome. Have you seen kind of what's the change been like in Scotland, especially in Stirling and your business over the last decade or 20 years, especially with the increase of tourism going on?
Yeah, so we're busy all the time, and just purely for we supply our stockists like Edinburgh Castle and Stirling Castle. We've got a beautiful castle here as well that's much nicer than Edinburgh Castle. It's a bit of snobbery about it. So we have lots of tourists in this area, and it's lovely to see how they've grown and yeah, what a destination it is. People that have moved away and come back and still call it home. It's lovely, and yeah, just everyone has to visit. Yeah, it has to be, and it's a place where people just feel at home. I think in Scotland, a very welcoming place, and yeah, it's special.
That's interesting. Now, I'm very curious too. What do you and other Scots do you think perceive of Los Angeles and Hollywood?
Well, actually, I just watched a program last night about Los Angeles, and wow, City of Angels, Angel Share. So we're kind of like, yeah, there's a bit of a synergy there. It just looks amazing. I know it's got fantastic food and amazing, obviously, yeah, just even Hollywood, I suppose, as well, is just yeah, everything that's going on there with Outlander and things like that as well. It's fascinating to know that quite a lot of places around here are where they film Outlander. I have a cousin who stars in Outlander. Yeah, and so it's really nice to have that global synergy as well over in Hollywood. It's lovely in the US. I know it's so popular over there. So
yeah, absolutely. Can I ask who your cousin is? You don't have to reveal it, but.
Yeah, well, she plays Marcelly.
Oh, brilliant! She's wonderful.
Yeah, Lauren's brilliant. So yeah, she's fabulous, and we're so proud of her. The whole family's proud of her. So
absolutely. Oh wow, good for her. I'm very excited for her. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's good. So yeah, I'll hopefully one day I will be there in the City of Angels. That'd be lovely, and yeah, I hope to get over there soon. I've never been, mostly East Coast, so West Coast still has to be an adventure for me. So.
Oh, absolutely. We'll definitely get you over for Scott Week, and we're so excited to have you on board. And it's so great for people to learn more about your products and what you're doing.
Yeah.
So speaking of other projects and products, so what kind of new things that you have coming up? I know you said that you like to design and see if they can do it. So what's new?
Yeah. So obviously with the crisis and the situation globally at the moment, we're working and developing on a new product, hopefully that will go together with some ventilators. This would obviously be a massive thing. So it's still under development a little bit, so I can't show you anything or tell you too much, but certainly, yeah, we're hoping that we can help certainly make a difference to people who are on ventilators, and hopefully make that process for the health workers a lot easier. Yeah, and hopefully, yeah, save some lives, be good. So we're doing that at the moment while we're on short staff, and quite a lot of people are, are working from home or not working. And we have also just put a little competition up online. So we've got a beautiful little glass unicorn. I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, so we're giving 2 of these away free at the moment online. So if you want to go on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter and follow Angel Share Glass, and you can put your name in and get put into the draw to see if you can win a little glass unicorn.
Oh my gosh,
So,
how do we enter? Do we just sign up, or how does it work?
Yeah, you just like and share and tag a friend. So there's 2 unicorns, so one for you and one for a friend.
Oh, that's brilliant. And any Yanks that don't know that are listening or watching, the unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. Is that right?
Yes, it's the national figure of Scotland. Yeah, only Scotland could choose a fictional animal, but yeah, so yeah, it is. It's lovely, and yeah, unicorns are very in vogue at the moment, so it's nice.
It is. Oh my goodness. All right. And how are you staying healthy and sane during these interesting times? How are you keeping healthy?
Yeah, so yeah, we're doing our exercise every day. I do Zoom and all these new ways of connecting with people across the world. So yeah, I do an exercise class with my Zoom. We have 2 beautiful dogs, so we go out walking quite a lot with our dogs. And yeah, just making sure we go out, exercise. I don't know about staying sane. I think I think there's a little sanity setting in shortly. The good thing is I get to go to work and do some work, whereas everyone else is kind of stuck inside. So my normal is still a bit normal. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I definitely feel you. It's there's such that silver lining of things. It's great to be able to take the time to do those to-do lists and explore different creative outlooks and prospects that I quote unquote haven't had time to do before. But at the same time, it's like, okay, guys, when can we actually execute these things? It's a little frustrating.
It's good, and everyone's getting their creative juices flowing, and they've got time to think about things and how they do things differently. So it's really productive. It's a good time to take time out and just assess things as well. So
Yeah, absolutely. Now, and how we met, how we got connected was actually through Russell Dalgleish at the Scottish Business Network. So how did you get involved with Russell and SBN?
So I've known Russell for a long time, and I'm also, I'm part of Women's Enterprise Scotland, which is an organisation which helps women in business in general, and also in Scottish Government putting policy forward for women-led businesses. And Russell and I have crossed paths many times, and he's almost been like a mentor for me as well in some ways. And we know each other very well. And yeah, Scottish Business Network is fantastic. It connects people like this all around the world. The members there are so supportive, and yeah, it's just a fantastic organisation, and part of you know, the networking that gets done from Scottish people in business is great. Yeah, it's really good. And the Women's Ambassador Scotland is yeah, it kind of dips in and out of my kind of role with that as well, in terms of networking through business, so, and helping women start up in business and women in business. So it's very supportive of that.
Oh, that's great. And I come from an entrepreneurial family as well. And so I know a little bit about, you know, some of the challenges that women face in the US as business owners, but what is it like as a woman being an entrepreneur and having your own business in Scotland?
Yeah, it's okay. I actually probably haven't had that many barriers. I think because what we do is so niche and unique. You know, we're kind of open to more people going, wow, that, you know, we've never seen this before, and this is really cool, kind of thing. I think if you were in mainstream sectors, then yeah, in fact, you find it difficult, and I think there's lots of barriers. There's only 20% of Scottish businesses, UK businesses, that are women ran by women, which is quite a low percentage. So yeah, we're looking to increase that and to encourage women that they can, you know, do both. They can still have a family and run a business, and they can still succeed, you know, to really high levels, and lots of women are doing that now because they know they can, and there's more support out there for them.
Absolutely. Do you have the organizations, is it, can you tell me again, Women's Ambassadors?
So Women's Enterprise Scotland, And there's also, yeah, and I'm also on the committee for the British Association of Women Entrepreneurs. So yeah, so both serve. One's a national body and one's a Scottish body. So yeah, really, really good and really integral to supporting women and championing them, and especially in government. We call it WES, so Women's Enterprise Scotland. They're very key in changing policy and equality and gender gap differences and things. So they're quite a high powered lot, the lot of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's fascinating watching Scotland and seeing a lot of female leadership in Scotland in government. So has that been kind of helpful with ways and getting some things passed?
Absolutely. And I think as well, women work differently. They're far more likely to help each other, even in a crisis, in a situation. So obviously, we have Nicola Sturgeon, who's our First Minister here. And in times where some politicians and governments would just fight against each other, I think female-led governments like Germany, New Zealand, places like that, they all seem to be working through it a lot easier and a lot quicker. Which is good, but it's the way it should be. I think collaboration. I think women are really good at collaborating a lot more than our male counterparts, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh goodness. Well, is there anything that you're really excited about post-isolation, that either personally or professionally?
Yeah, so we have professionally, for Angel Share Glass, we hope to have some really new and exciting products coming out, which we had hoped to launch, but we probably do it pre-Christmas so that there's a nice buzz about what we're going to launch, and lots of new ideas for things that go with your whiskey and things that go with your gin, because we do a lot of gin products as well. So yeah, and cocktail products. So yeah, so watch this space. There's lots going on, and we do a lot on social media, and we do, we blog every week. Our blogs, you can see. We also have a YouTube channel, so you can see us making the glass and how we make it, and some of our glass blowers, which is quite nice. So if you want to check in on YouTube, you can see them making the glass as well.
Oh, that's great. Now I'm curious. So yesterday, the next podcast coming out right before yours is with Robert Picardo, the actor famous for Star Trek, and he was an Emmy nominee for Wonder Years. Brilliant guy. I really adore Robert Picardo. But so he was doing a play at the Edinburgh Fringe Fest, and he was telling us that gin has really taken up in Scotland, and then there's a lot of gin tastings and whatnot. So it's interesting that you mentioned gin. So tell me about that.
So gin, gin is massive. In fact, there's more gin distilleries than there are whiskey distilleries, I think now. So gin is really easy to make, so a lot of people can make it easily. And now people have kind of tipped the gin drinking culture. It's very trendy. There's lots of flavours out there. There's lots of gin stories. So lots of distilleries have fantastic stories behind them of why they started making their gin with nettles or Parma violets or something like that. So yeah, so there's lots of stories out there, and they're all fantastic. And we do a gin pig. So the story behind the gin pig is in London, and in the Victorian times they had a bit of a prohibition, and so gin joints were all shut down and were evil. And so the aristocracy in London used to hide their gin in a jug pitcher shaped as a pig. So that was known as the gin pig. And so we make a little glass pig. I don't have one here, but we make a glass pig that's filled with gin, Scotch gin, artisan gin. So yeah, and we do pink gin, we do artisan gin, and we also do cocktails as well. So the cocktail pigs are going to be new for the summer, and they're going to be pigtails rather than cocktails.
Oh, that's so cute. And does gin have the same thing where with Scotch whiskey, the 2% goes up to the angels? Does gin still have that as well?
No. So gin is made today and bottled tomorrow, they say. So yeah, so there's no time for the angels to get their hands on any gin. So yeah, it's a quick process gin, whereas whiskey needs time. it needs at least 3 years to become whiskey. So yeah, so there's a big difference. Yeah, there's no angel share with gin, I'm afraid.
That's okay, you can drink it right away. I like it. Oh, very cool. Karen, is there anything else you wish to share with us from Scotland?
Yeah, well, just all the best. Stay safe, stay home, look after each other, be kind. So yeah, if you can all do that, then it's fantastic. Then we'll all be over there soon and enjoying each other's company for real rather than virtually. So yeah.
Exactly. Look, Karen, you are a gem. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming on with us. It's such a pleasure to know you, and I look forward to actually meeting you in person. And
Absolutely.
cool. Well, thank you very much for listening and joining us today. And be safe, sane, and healthy. And we'll see you soon.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Bye.